Okay, guys. So today I want to talk about going all in. So one thing I realized is that in my life, whenever something good happens and my life progresses forward, is when I went all in, right? So every time when I have something and I don't fully commit and put my everything into it, I usually don't progress. I usually don't progress as faster, right? If not at all. So, that's why with this YouTube channel, I also wanna go all in right from the get go. Um, I don't wanna leave anything on the table, so that I know, if I fail with it, or if it fails, then I know that I give it my best, and maybe it just wasn't the right time for me to succeed in this um, mindset coaching thing, right? So so yeah, guys, going all in is it's very important in anything you do, right? um, so especially if you even if you have one thing that you go all in on, like maybe let's say your fitness, for example, and every time you go to the gym, you just leave everything at the gym and you don't hold back. uh, that thing translates into other areas of your life, right? So what usually happens is that I see a lot of people that, let's say, half-ass in the gym, right? you know um so basically with gymming and fitness, I'm able to speak from a place of authority with this because uh, I've actually put in the work in this area. I've put in a lot of work specifically in this area, so I can speak from a place of authority, right? Because I've been there. I've been that guy who's not in shape, that guy who's controlled by his vices. I used to smoke. You see, the hookah pipes. I used to drink a lot, um, and I had a sweet tooth too. So I used to eat a lot of candy, chocolates, just sweet things, right? And I used to look like shit. And I also felt like shit. I felt like shit because I was putting shit basically into my body, right? And I didn't like how I felt, but I was so uh, deep down that dark path that I didn't even realize that it was impacting my life in a very negative way, right? I wasn't even conscious enough to realize it, right? It's like drinking a lot of alcohol. When you get really drunk, you cannot consciously identify that you're drunk. You know, you just do drunk things or you just act drunk. It's very difficult for you to sit there and consciously realize that you're drunk. Maybe you should stop drinking or you just go to bed and go to sleep, right? Maybe you'll have those small moments of consciousness, but in general, you're not fully conscious, right? So I used to be that guy. And the reason why I used to drink, yeah, I don't really drink as much anymore. I think I haven't drank it this year. I only had like one drink. Yeah, I have to come clean on that. I've only had a drink once, and I remember I drank two Coronas. I was with a friend of mine. Um, we were traveling. We were in Bloemfontein, right? Free State, Bloemfontein. Uh, for some of you guys that are international, that's in South Africa. So yes, I was traveling with a friend there, so I just drank to accommodate him. You see, I don't like drinking. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I don't like the effect that alcohol has on me. I personally don't enjoy that. So majority of the time, or most of the time in the past when I drank was just to accommodate people, So now I've decided that I'm just not going to drink, unless I maybe decide if maybe, for example, there's some really expensive, you know, wine or champagne and I want to taste it just to have that experience and see if I might like it or not. Then maybe I'll do that. But um, I doubt that I would actually like it, you know. So that's the thing. I don't really recommend that people just don't do things completely. You know, my perspective is that if you're curious about something, you wanna try it and see if it's for you. Try it. See how it feels, and whether if you like it or not. And if you, just to have that experience, just so that you can have a reason behind your beliefs as to why you don't want to, maybe for example, drink. You can say that I've tried it, I just don't like it, you know. Then that way you can speak from a place of authority. But I don't recommend you guys go try everything, you know. If you want to try it, just see if you're gonna like it, you know. If you want that girl with the big ass, go for her. See if you actually like it. See if it could be something long term. You know, you see that it's just not your type of woman. You know, or maybe yeah, if you see that it's just not your type of woman, or it's not the woman you wanna marry, then okay, then you're speaking from a place of authority. And you know that that's not for you. Then now you can look towards things that you actually want, right? So yeah, let me not uh, go too much on a tangent. So yeah, basically, I used to drink a lot in the past, and I drank because I wanted to accommodate the people around me. So I just came to the realization that thing really slowed me down. It really dragged me down and held me back from reaching my full potential in life. Um, because alcohol, it's, from my perspective, it has no benefits. You know, even I remember this one time. I think it was last year. So the whole of last year, I think I drank about maybe two times, and even those two times, it was just to accommodate people I was traveling to during that time. So that's why I decided now I'm just gonna stop. Not gonna accommodate anybody. I can go out with people if they wanna drink, they can drink. I'm just not gonna do that because it doesn't benefit me. You know. So what happened was, I remember this one time last year. Uh, I went out with a few friends. We went to a club. I think it was in. I think it was in Western Cape, right? Yeah, went out to the club. So we wanted to get some girls, right? So I saw one thing I realized about that was that those guys, they wanted to buy alcohol and drink alcohol. So I said and thought to myself, why do they always feel the need to drink alcohol? And I came to the realization that they're not fully confident in themselves, right? So when they go out to the clubs, they need to drink alcohol to have the confidence to approach women. So for me, I don't really need alcohol to have that confidence to approach a woman. If I see something I like, I just go for it. I don't think too much. If I get rejected, then it's fine. I'll just take it on the chin like a man. Then I'll just go look elsewhere. So what I did was I drank alcohol with these friends of mine. Even when I drink, I don't drink a lot because I don't like to get sloshed. Maybe I'll have maximum two bottles of maybe Corona or something like that. So I did that just to accommodate them. So what I realized was, and I saw this chick in the club. So I wanted to approach her. So after having those two drinks, I went to approach this girl. And when I got there and said hi to her and spoke to her, I saw that I was stumbling over my words. So normally I'm not like that. So the thing that causes me to do that is the alcohol, right? So I was stumbling over my words, so I couldn't even speak properly. By the time I was done speaking to the girl, she was turned off, completely turned off. Yes. So I took her numbers, but I saw that this was just not a good approach. And that was because I drank alcohol. So if it was me in my sober mind, I know I would have, spoke better, came across, you know, far better than I did. So it was actually a detriment for me. So I saw that these guys, they need alcohol for the confidence, and I don't need alcohol for that, right? So they're basically compensating with the alcohol, because on their own they don't have that bravery to just approach women in the club like that. Me, I don't need that. Even in the past, when maybe I wasn't that good with girls, I would still approach. Maybe I'd be nervous and fumbling over my words and stuff, but I still made the approach. I didn't need the alcohol, you know. So now I'm at a point where drinking alcohol is just a detriment for me. So it's like, why even do it, right? So, as I've been coming along on my personal development journey, I just cut out alcohol because there's just no benefit to that, you know. Um, Maybe now I've been, working on my physique, sharpening my uh, mindset, and I'm just trying to get to another level. So I don't want anything that's gonna hold me back. That's alcohol, that's, women that are just not good girlfriends, women that, you know, basically mess your life up. I don't want any of that. I don't want friends that that are focused on the wrong things, and they're gonna be a bad influence in my life. I don't want that. I'd rather be by myself and just focus on developing myself, and getting myself to a higher level. So, do I want to have people that I can do that with? Yes, for sure. But if I can't find those people, then I'll just walk the journey by myself. Right? So, um, so that's basically it, guys. Uh, you shouldn't hold back in anything that you do. And you shouldn't allow things in your life that are gonna hold you back, because that's gonna take you back months, possibly even years. Even me right now, thinking about it, there's some things I do regret when looking back, that I just never took the chance. I never went all in. For example, let's say my job. Um, Even at my job, I think the first 2 3 years, I was just nonchalant about it, and I didn't even progress in the company during that period. So I think it was on the fourth year, just after 3.5 years, heading towards the fourth year. Um, that's when I fully went all in, you know. And the moment I started to do that, the people at my company started to treat me different. They started to show me respect, you know. And fast forward 7 8 months later, I got a promotion. It opened a lot of doors for me, it me close to people that are operating at a high level at my job, right? So, like I said in my last video, my mindset is that I'll go where opportunity lies. Um, so right now, my job is where my that that's where how can I put it? Um, that's where my biggest opportunity is right now. So whether in the future that might change, whether I might be successful in my business, or whether in this, or maybe I get another job somewhere else, as long as it progresses me forward. Because I don't want to stay in the same place for too long, you know. I don't want to do that. I'd rather sacrifice and just make sure that I move forward as quickly as possible. So if I see that um, in this area it can help me really level up quicker, then I'm gonna stick to it and give it my all. So my mindset is, with everything that I do, I must do it at the highest level. Even my job, I do it at the highest level. Whether I like it, whether I'm motivated, it does not matter. I will show up the same every single day, 365 days of the year. No days off, just all in, just going all out and giving my everything, even with this fitness. You know, I'm giving everything in, I'm giving my everything in the gym. I've been working out for the past 3 years, I never missed a day. And that has really helped me build, helped me solidify and just, take my mindset to the next level, So I just took that discipline and I applied it at my work, and now I'm gonna apply that discipline in this uh, online online fitness online fitness business. I'm gonna take that mindset and discipline and apply it to my relationships. Make sure I check up on the people that I care about. Make sure I lead my people in the right direction. Even the woman that I'll be getting in relationships with, I'll show up as my best. Obviously, I'm not gonna let her walk all over me, or the woman that I love walk all over me, but I will still show up at the highest level that I possibly can in my relationship to make sure it's the best relationship. So if some women don't appreciate that, if some women I come across them appreciate that, or they don't see that, then it's fine. Maybe it just wasn't the right time for them to be in that kind of a relationship, or to even understand it, or to understand me. Maybe eventually they will, maybe eventually they won't, maybe they'll see after, it's fine, but I will still show up as my best self. That goes with everything in life. Even when you go out, even when you go out the door, and you go out in the world, you have to show up as your best self. You have to be in shape. Your clothes have to look good. They have to look clean. You have to be clean cut. You need to smell good. You need to shave, take a bath. Just show up as your best self. And you'll be surprised how life can reward you for such things, and you'll just be a happier person in general. You'll attract people who are on the same wavelength as you, people who think like you, and you're gonna repel those people who don't think like you, who don't believe in, self-improvement and taking care of yourself. Those are the people who are gonna be intimidated by you and offended by your presence. So those are the people you don't want to fuck with anyway. You want the people who are on your level or higher, right? So it's easier for you to stay at that level. Because if you associate with people that are way lower than you, you're gonna go down to their level. I hate to put it like that, but it's the truth. You want people at the same level as you or higher. Ideally at a higher level than you. So that really pushes you, motivate you to rise up to their standard, right? Which is going to improve your life as a whole, you know. You as a guy, as your life improves, so will the lives of, you know, the people around you. That's just how it is. The more money you make, the more you'll be able to better take care of your family, your friends, your girlfriend, the people around you, you know. And you're gonna show them what's possible, and they're gonna start to believe in themselves again because they see you do it, and you know, they're close to you, they know you, and you'll be a great example for that, right? They're gonna start believing again, you know. So I know I made this video very long, so I'm just gonna cut it here. Then I'll catch up with you guys again tomorrow. So for now, peace.